I'm watching you, boy.
Hello everyone, Z3ko Trinity here. Kind of have to be a little quieter because my son's trying to get to sleep, so I really don't want to wake him up. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and get started on this set of 10 movies. I started this set with Marmaduke. I really wanted to kind of lay back and put in a feel-good movie, and this one was one I borrowed from El Manuel, and he brought me a shit ton of movies and just odd different kind of movies. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna put this in, and I had a bad feeling that it was just gonna be really crappy, but it actually was a good story, and I laughed at a few scenes, and it was a really fun movie to watch. Would I ever watch it again? No. I don't think the replay value in it is really good, but if you guys like a feel good, just no care at all kind of movie, then this one's really good. I like marmalade. No, just kidding. It's Marmaduke. Marmaskadooskies. But anyway, I give this one a 4.8 just for the dance scene. Kronos. Now, this one was very, very good. I absolutely loved it. I'm a huge fan of Guillermo del Toro's. This was his first film, and yeah, this was one of my 31 Halloween movies that I wanted to watch, and I just loved it. I love the score, love the story. He's a master of visionary, and just everything about it was really, really good. I gave it a 9.5. I did not give it a 10 because it's pretty slow paced. So if you guys don't really like slow paced movies, I don't think you'll like this one. And it doesn't really have too much gore in it, but the scenes that it does have is really effective, and I just enjoyed the story a lot. So definitely worth that 9.5. Next up we have Scoob, which is a movie I want to watch real bad. Or not watch, but own real bad. And I really enjoyed it. I'm a huge Scooby-Doo fan. I really want to get my son into Scooby-Doo as he gets a little older. And this movie was really, really good. I gave it a 6.0 because I really wish that they could have got Matthew Lillard to play the voice of Shaggy again. And, I mean, it just has its moments where it's, like, not really that great. But it was a really good story, and it looked amazing. I really would like to watch it in 4K. Next up, we have the movie called The Help. What we did is my brother-in-law, he stayed with us, and we put random movies in a hat and shuffled them around, and my son picked out one. And the first movie he picked was my wife's choice for The Help. And that's one of her top favorite movies. She absolutely loved it, loved the book, and I have to say I was really blown away by the movie myself. It's really sad, really a good eye-opener, and just it deserved awards. And I think it won a lot of awards. I'm not quite sure. I need to look it up, but it deserved it if it did. And just a fantastic movie. 10 out of 10 for me. I just loved it. Loved everything about it. Loved the pie. Next up, we have Supernatural Activity. Now, this one I saw on Netflix first, and at first, with the beginning, I thought, oh god, this ain't gonna be too good. And usually when I go to watch this movie again, I do kind of fast forward through the beginning part, because it just, after a while, it's not really that funny. But once it gets to the point where they're actually going to Hicksville, I think that it just takes off from there. It's hilarious. Replay value is high. I've seen this movie about 10 times. I was highly shocked at how good the story was to this movie. And I love the whole Inception kind of ending. And just the story was actually a deep story for a spoof movie, I will admit. So for that, I give it a 7.5. It would have gotten higher, but it is what it is, and I feel like 7.5 is a really good score for it. Next up, we have my brother-in-law's pick for the Hat movie, which was Jurassic Park. Masterpiece. There's nothing more that I need to say. So, The only thing I will say is I am honored to say that that was the very first movie I ever saw in theaters. My dad took me, he really wanted to see it, and I was 3 years old, and I just was scared of it, but going back and watching it again, I love it. I love the score in it. Just gives you goosebumps every time. And the story's just amazing. Graphics were amazing. Just solid 10 out of 10 for me. Next up, we have the movie The Number 23. Now, this was a wild movie. I definitely enjoyed the suspense and the build-up of it. It definitely will make you question everything. And if you really look for it, yeah, 23 can be found in just about anything. But I just loved how it was a movie of obsession. It was just such a fantastically done movie. It kept my interest all the way through. And it even had a great and realistic ending. So I gave that a 9 out of 10. I originally thought I was only going to give it about an 8, but no, it deserved a 9. Next up, we watched The Package, which was my wife's second pick for the movie thing. And that is such a funny movie. And yeah, it weren't no masterpiece, and it was probably one of those movies where I feel like I'm going to get hate for it. But I gave that movie a 10 out of 10 because it was just amazing from the very beginning scene all the way through to the end. Had you laughing, had your interest. I mean, everything about it was just so good. So definitely worth the 10 out of 10 for me. Next up, we have Mortal Kombat. And I've seen this movie a couple times, and I've owned the DVD at one point, but I think I gave it away to a friend. Either that or I just discarded it altogether, which I was young then. But going back and revisiting, and it was a good story. I'm a fan of the games, and I did enjoy the movie, but that CG is so painful to watch. And yeah, like, I don't know, just a lot of the scenes could have been done so much better, especially the scorpion scene, where his little gadget plant-like thing slithers through a bunch of trees trying to catch Johnny Cage. It just, no, it was not working for me. And just, I don't know, the way they did the death of Scorpion and stuff, just, it was a big no for me. So I solidly give that movie a 4.8. I just don't think it was good. And finally, for my 10th pick, we got good old Tommy Boy. Replay value is hella high. I can watch this movie for years and years. One of my top favorite movies of all time. Definitely, I don't think it's worth putting in my absolute favorites, because so far I've only got Son-in-Law, and then I've got Army of Darkness as my two absolute favorites. So I don't think Tommy Boy is in the absolute favorite, but it definitely is one of my favorite movies. I love the comedy in it. Chris Farley and David Spade is definitely a dynamic duo. I just loved and enjoyed every moment of this. So I definitely give this a 10 out of 10. If you have not seen Tommy Boy, you are missing out. And yeah, I can understand some people giving it lower scores, and I could definitely see their reasons why. But to me, this is just such a feel-good and iconic movie for Chris Farley, if not his best performance ever. And I loved every moment of this movie. 10 out of 10. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do have another set of 10 movies, but I'm going to do the video probably another day whenever I get the chance. I just thought I'd take the opportunity and do it now while I could. Anyway, let me know out of these movies which one you liked the most. Let me know what you thought of them. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video. Skadooskies.